Hey guys, John here with Altitude Athletics in Bozeman, Montana. We're going to talk a little bit about the RDL today, the Romanian Deadlift. Something we use quite a bit here as an accessory for the posterior chain. We see a lot of quad dominant athletes, so a lot of skiers, runners, cyclists, and this lift is a good way to balance that strength out in the hamstrings and the low back, prevent injury in the knees and hips. Okay, so there's a couple of ways that we use this, kind of depending on the athlete. For an endurance-based athlete, we're going to do a little bit more volume, a little bit lighter weight, so a little lower intensity, but a lot more reps. So need that endurance in the hamstrings. For a weightlifter type of person, so our Olympic weightlifting team will do these very heavy, so very high intensity, but very, very low volume, so not a lot of reps. Okay, and for our endurance athletes, we like to use kettlebells or dumbbells. It's a little more comfortable for the athlete versus a big barbell. The weightlifters obviously are going to use a barbell, and they might do the snatch grip, that real wide grip, or a clean grip. I'm just going to use the kettlebell here to kind of show you what we're doing. And I'll go over some of the cues that we use with the athletes and show you how these are done. It's important to remember that this is an accessory lift. It's never done at high intensity in our circuits. We don't want the athletes rushing through this at all. This lift puts a lot of shear force on the lower back, so we don't want anybody getting sloppy with these. So it's really important that we throw these in towards the end of the workout where the athlete is performing these really slow and under control. We always say slow and controlled with the athlete. The other thing we do too is we start this with a normal deadlift off the ground, so it's going to look like this. And then from there, the focus is on the eccentric portion of the lowering phase. So you're going to sit back on your heels. We say chest out, shoulders back, unlock the knees just a little bit, and then they're trying to push their butt back to the wall behind them. So rather than think of lowering the kettlebell or the weight forward, they're going to push their butt back and let the kettlebell drop. So they're going to unlock the knees, and I say lift your toes off the ground. That kind of loads their heels. Keeps them back, keeps their weight back. And then a real slow eccentric portion, keeping the back set until their hamstrings tighten up, and then back up, nice and tall. So you don't need to go all the way down to the ground with these, all right? For me, this is about as far as I need to go, and I feel that in my hamstrings, and then back up, okay? So, again, with these really slow and under control, a lot of times we'll make the athlete count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something around the 5-second range for the lowering phase, and then stand back up. All right, you should feel this in your low back and your hamstrings. And again, kind of depending on the needs of the athlete, if you have someone like an endurance athlete, like an ultra runner, we have them do somewhere in the range of 30 to 40 reps per session. Somebody like a weightlifter, probably 3 or 4 sets of 2 or 3 reps, and that's it, and very, very heavy, okay? So I'll show you a few more of these with the kettlebell. Regular deadlift off the ground, and then the eccentric portion is the focus. Chest out, shoulders back, toes up off the ground, stand your heels, unlock the knees, and just slowly lower that weight down. Feel the hamstrings tighten up, and then back up tall, okay? So that's the Romanian deadlift for the RDL, and that's how we use it here.